So what was your reaction when you heard about Oklahoma supposedly going after Cliff?
Oh, nah. I mean, I know Cliff. I don't really buy into it. If I'm him, I think he's got a pretty good job right now. So.
Be careful, Kyler. You're the Oklahoma quarterback. Don't get those Oklahoma alums upset with you. They need a good coach now that Lincoln Riley is gone. But who knows with Cliff Kingsbury, because he didn't slam the door on it.
Man.
He didn't do the angry exit like Mike Tomlin did when he was asked about USC. But, hey, it's all about leverage. It's all about leverage. And I think it's just a matter of time before one of these colleges load up the truck with even more money, Chris, to attract someone who's not at the high end of the NFL salary food chain for coaching.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you there. It seems like it certainly could go in that direction, and you know, I'll agree with what Kyler Murray said right there. Like, man, why would you want to leave that team right now? Arizona, they finally got it right where you want it. I mean, you got it right where you want it. You got a nice, like, infusion of young talent with some veteran stars, and you got your damn quarterback for a while. Woo, I wouldn't want to leave Arizona right now. I would not. Why? Leave? Let somebody else come in there and dominate the NFL? That would be not good. So I would be shocked if he did leave, because it's finally set up to make a run here. That's for sure.
All right, fill in the blank time. The most shocking coaching move we've ever seen in the NFL was what? And I'll go first, because for me, you and I both struggled with this because there are so many.
Well, it caught me by
that have happened
surprise.
over the
This
years.
is one we didn't prepare for. So yeah.
I've got Barry Switzer, and we forget about it because he won a Super Bowl, but this is a guy who hadn't coached for 5 years when Jerry Jones moved on from Jimmy Johnson and basically called Barry Switzer immediately, said, come interview, and he hired him. So, and I remember everybody thinking, what in the world, what's going on here? And it's a testament to how good the team was that Jimmy Johnson had put together in Dallas, that they were able to still be a dominant team for a couple of years and win a Super Bowl with Barry Switzer. That's how good the team was that Jimmy Johnson built, Chris.
Yeah, no, that was I mean, really, that whole scenario was crazy. Jimmy Johnson leaving, I can still remember being shocked about that. And then, yeah, you're right, Barry Switzer out of left field, and they were. I mean, geez. And then, and even that, it lost an NFC Championship game, won a Super Bowl NFC Championship game against that great 49ers team. Whoa, spotted them a 21-point lead to start the game and came roaring back. And I still think that was PI on Deion Sanders against Michael Irvin that they should have called, and that game might have been different. That was the freakiest team ever. My dad always says it's the most talented team he ever played, that Cowboys of 92, 93 in that era. I think the one I'll go with, again, I'm sure there's other ones out here that I'm going to be, when we're done with the segment, I'm going to be like, I should have thought of that. But Belichick's one-day coaching spree with the New York Jets, I think, is the one that rings true the most to me. Just, again, you thought up here in New York, Bill Parcells, yes, he's going to hand the keys over to Belichick, and there they go. And, of course, the press conference, the resigning from the Jets, right, on the napkin. Didn't he write it on the napkin or all that? I think that will go down, as the one that's maybe the most shocking or craziest that I've seen.
I resign as HC of the NYJ. He actually was coach of the Jets for a very brief period of time. He now coaches the Patriots and has done that ever since the 2000 season. The Patriots will win their 7th in a row on Monday night against the Bills if they what, Chris?
Ooh, I think one thing I'll look at there is just make a handful of plays in the pass game. I think that's where I'll look at it to say, not that they need to throw for 300 yards, but, I got to think Buffalo going to really try to load the box, stop the run. They're going to be worried about that. When you've seen Buffalo lose this year, the Titans, the Colts, those games, they got a little overpowered in the run game. And, that to me is something I guess I'll say that jumps out to me. If they just have a solid pass game, make a few pass plays there, I think they can go into Buffalo and upset them. Or is that home?
I'll say if they
yeah.
That is in Buffalo
right.
Monday night.
Yep.
A hell of a game. I'll say that they can win the game, and I think they are going to win the game. Sorry, Bills fans, but I just feel like it's moving in that direction. Maybe I'll be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time this morning, frankly. But if they can bait the Bills into trying to run the ball. Because we've criticized the Bills. You know how Bill Belichick is. Take away what you do best. They're gonna try to clamp down on that passing game, take away Stephon Diggs, frustrate Stephon Diggs, get after Josh Allen, and just dare them to try to run the ball and then shut down the run when they do. I think that's the path to success for Belichick and company.
I won't disagree. It's going to be interesting. I mean, these are the kind of games that I look at where, again, I still think Buffalo could, be a player here, and they're not as dominant as maybe we thought they were, but it's still a really good defense. Now, it stinks they lost Tre'Davious White. That hurts them a lot. It does. Josh Allen is still special, but like when you look at, games like this where it just, again, I'll go back to it, like if there's this sense of, oh no, we can get overpowered in the run game, and to me this is why the Titans and the Colts beat them, and you just have enough of a passing game, it's just a little too much for them to defend, and that's where I think the Patriots can really pose some problems for them. And you're right, the other side of the ball, that's going to be interesting to see. The Patriots defense is awesome, and the Bills can't run the ball very well. And it's going to take a special effort, I think, from the Buffalo offense to move the ball consistently on New England.
On Sunday Night Football, the Chiefs host the Broncos. The Broncos have lost 11 in a row to Kansas City. Denver will end their 11-game losing streak to the Chiefs if they what, Chris?
If Teddy Bridgewater in the pass game, make some explosive plays. They're going to have some I don't mean to go the same answer that I just said, but I want to say explosive plays. Because the Chiefs are going to play man-to-man right now. They're going to load the box and stop the run. That's what they've been doing. It's kind of the resurgence of their defense here. They're ultra-aggressive, in your face, here we go. We're not going to give you anything easy. You're not going to pick apart our zone defenses. To me, it's going to be about Teddy Bridgewater pushing the ball down the field a little bit to some of those weapons. Can they do that? Because I do think Denver has got a great pass defense, and they can slow down the Chiefs' passing game. They can. But, slowing down the Chiefs, I don't know. After a bye week with Andy Reid, slowing them down might be still 24 points. The Chiefs were very close before the bye week of getting it really going on the offensive side of the ball here. So let's see if they can stop doing dumb crap, right? Dropping balls. Mahomes, he seemed to have settled in. But some of the turnovers they had in that Dallas game, they were ready to put Dallas away and moving the ball, and they kind of just messed it up. So I think that's the thing that jumps out to me. Bridgewater making explosive plays.
My first thought when I saw this one was they just can't. They just don't bother. Like the only way they win is if the Chiefs go to the wrong stadium. It all sets up for the Chiefs. Sunday night, home game, coming off the bye week, 2 weeks to get ready for it. The Broncos, I believe, are overachieving at 6-5, and I do appreciate the fact that their fans are starting to get a little bit of an attitude because they've won some games. Hey, good for you. You beat the Chargers, who are up and down, but let's not go nuts here. Beat the Chiefs, and then you can crow. But I just think it's going to be too hard to do. It's going to be too hard to do, and I agree with you. It's got to be Teddy Bridgewater stepping up and reaching a higher level of performance than we're used to seeing from him. Although his numbers this year have been good, and I think there's some apples-to-apples comparisons you can make to Patrick Mahomes and say, but statistically, Teddy may be having a better year than one of the great quarterbacks of all time. But it's gonna require Teddy Bridgewater to treat this as his long overdue coming out party and have a gigantic monster game and out Mahomes in prime time.
Yeah,
that's how I look.
I don't disagree there. I don't. And we've seen the Chiefs. You said it all along, or you kind of called it, and then it kind of happened. The AFC kind of fell apart and let Kansas City hang around. And I feel like we're sitting here now, and I'm going, well, I mean, New England and Kansas City, to me, are playing the best football here. Like, watch out. I mean, here we go. They're definitely one of the two top teams, in the AFC. Not that it's by a huge margin, but I think Kansas City has gotten out of their funk to where they're playing a little bit more clean football for sure.
All right, the team that's about to heat up in the final stretch of the season is who, Chris?
All right, there's two teams that jump out to me. And again, I'd like to tell the viewers these are things that we don't know about until the show starts here. So I'm kind of doing this on the fly. The Buccaneers are one that I look at.
Well, they're things we could know about, but we choose not to look at the topics until the segment begins.
Let's be fair. Well, I mean, the show starts at 7. I don't know what to say. That's what they are. It's cool. I'm down with going off the cuff here.
All right.
The Bucs are certainly one. Again, didn't play their best last week, but still dangerous, not totally healthy. We talked about their secondary getting healthy and all of that. If they do that, I look at them still to be an elite football team. The other team I'm going to throw out there, and I don't think this is a shock to you or anything, is, hey, I look at the 49ers to continue this hot streak. I do. I think they got it going. Now, I'm a little like, man, Fred Warner's hurt. That stinks. Debo got hurt. They got Dre Greenlaw back last week. I think he's hurt and out of the damn lineup again. So that stinks, but I do think they got a mojo and a little confidence. And like the Chiefs, have stopped doing dumb crap, too, that kind of hurt themselves, early on in the football season. Even the Cardinals game, they lost 31-17. Moved the ball in the Cardinals, dumb interceptions, Ayuk fumbles, Kittle fumbled. They were kind of had that disease, and I think they've gotten that out of them there.
We do need a challenge flag that we can literally throw because the Bucs have won 2 in a row. The 49ers have won 3 in a row. They're already heating up.
Okay.
This is about to heat up. So here's mine.
Okay, I got another one then too. Go ahead.
Well, blow the horn. Blow the horn for me. Okay. Blow the big purple horn. Because it's time for them to heat up. Because this is the way it goes. Lions win. Short week against the Steelers coming off of a brutal physical game against the Ravens. Vikings at home on Thursday Night Football. Win. Trip to the Bears on Monday Night Football. Win. 8-6. Everything's great. Here we go. Rams, going to beat them. Packers, going to beat them. Then it's 8-8, and it's going into the last game against the Bears. You win, and maybe you make it in. You lose, and you don't. 9-8, 8-9, purple purgatory. It's a movement. It's a happening, baby. They're about to heat up, and then they're going to cool down, and then it's all going to come down to Week 18. That's the Vikings story. It's been preordained that that's what this is going to be.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, you are the most confusing fan I've ever seen in my life. You really
I'm
are.
not a fan. I'm a realist.
Sure.
I'm a realist.
It is unbelievable. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not sure if you hate them or love them, and I'm dead serious. It is really hard. You're the craziest fan I've ever seen in my life. You are a fan. Stop denying it. All right. So if you want me just to go truly to a team that I'm a believer in. I want to say the Cincinnati Bengals for what I've seen from them. I do. I know they won last week, and they've won 2 in a row as well. But they have a very tough schedule. It's the only reason I say I'm like a little hesitant to say it. But, man, the way they've run the ball, the defense is playing good. Burrow and company are going to make a few plays in the pass game every week. They got a good short passing game. They got some good receiver screens and stuff they do. And then, Zach Taylor seems to dial up a one-on-one shot or 2 or 3 deep shots every game. I guess Cincinnati would be that team that I would look at, but their schedule is no cupcake, that's for sure.
They have really come out of their bye week strong, winning 2 in a row. We'll see if they can get to 3 in a row this weekend with the Chargers coming to town.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.